Hello Heavy Metal Maidens and Masters, I'm Heavy Metal Mummy.
I'm Heavy Metal Hubby.
And welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are doing a tag video, a tag that is started by the amazing Abigail, Radically Dark. Go check out her YouTube channel if you haven't already. And she started the Unexpected Essential Tracks tag. Jane Wilkes has already done it. Radically Dark has obviously already done it. I think Smaugish has either done it or is doing it, as is Backbones and Mama Goth. So also if you want to tag yourself in this video, we'd love to see your videos as well. But this is my Unexpected Essential Tracks. So this is gonna be a long video because just discussing what we were going to talk about for this video, we spent about 3 hours talking about music, and then we were like, we haven't got time to mention that band, and we haven't got time to. So if you want us to do an even more in-depth video, or to just focus on some of the bands, we are happy to do it. Please let us know what would interest you.
But it will be 3 days long.
Yeah, because we could just talk about music forever. We are so passionate about music. So yeah, we would love to have you.
And massive nerds.
Yeah. Yeah. But before we get to that, remember to like this video, comment down below to discuss any things that come up in the video, subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, hit that notification bell so that you can find out whenever I upload, and welcome. So, the Unexpected Essential Tracks. Like I said, it's going to be a long one. This is basically music I like and things that you wouldn't necessarily expect me to like. I'm not going to do a playlist of everything that I like because, quite frankly, honestly, you'd be listening for about 5 days and you still wouldn't get to the end of it. But, you know, this is going to be the stuff that you possibly know but wouldn't have gone, Heavy Metal Mummy will really enjoy that. So
Unexpected playlist.
Yes, but yeah, if you want playlists of some of the other bands that I'm going to sort of very quickly mention, then, you know, because otherwise you're going to die of hunger, boredom, lack of sleep. So let's get on with this video. So the Unexpected Essential Tracks. Right, well, obviously if you have watched this channel ever before, you would be aware that we are massive Devin Townsend fans. Massive Devin Townsend fans, and massive Strapping Young Lad fans. And in fact, if you've looked at the thumbnail, we have a Strapping Young Lad LP because we are that into it. Well, it's not mine. It's Heavy Metal Hubby's. I got it for him for his like 19th birthday or something. It's mine. Yeah, it came with a t-shirt in it as well. It's very cool. It came with t-shirt, CD, LP, artwork. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's yes.
Yeah, the children are not allowed to touch it.
Absolutely not. Yeah. No.
But yeah, Strapping Young Lad City. I mean, every track on this album is spectacular.
What an album.
But I think if you had to put a star on one, it would possibly be Underneath the Waves for me anyway.
It's just such an epic tune. It's not necessarily very heavy. It's just
it's just that it's the way it just it's the kick drum and
it's just such an enormous sound.
Devin's Strapping Young Lad sound is so hectic, I think, because he's bipolar, and you know, oh my god, the hecticness of that sound, and because he was doing the wall of sound already then, it's like being thumped in the chest by a lorry, you know, of metal. So it's a spectacular sound. It's that when he's going underneath the waves.
There's so many layers, and his vocal's just incredible.
Yeah, that man, he has got one hell of a pair of pipes on him. Yeah. So obviously, Strapping Young Lad, that's a very metal. Then he's done, you know, he's grown up. He's, you know, got more into the, what do they call it?
He now turns into romantically inclined, self-obsessed heavy metal. That's what he.
Oh right, okay.
Generally what he, you know.
Progressive. That's it.
Oh, progressive. Yeah, okay,
right. Yeah. But I like that better. Right. Yeah. But obviously, then Devin Townsend Project came out, and I mean that was amazing because it was we'd grown up, we'd just had the children, you know. I mean all those songs.
If strapping's too heavy for you, there's a lot of Devin that's very accessible. I would highly recommend Ocean Machine. It's my favourite Devin Townsend album.
Oh,
it is just incredible.
I love.
I literally can't remember it.
No. Addicted. Yeah.
Of course,
Addicted, because the song Addicted is amazing. Universe in a Ball is an amazing song. But I loved the fact that on that album he duetted with Anneke von Giersbergen. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce her name.
Yeah, apologies, Anneke.
Sorry for butchering your name, Anneke. Who has always, since I got into metal, has been my favourite female vocalist of all time, from when she was in The Gathering. So she obviously appeared in all the Devin Townsend stuff. I mean, Addicted is an
there's
amazing
a couple of
track
other
with her.
females,
Kingdom, she does an amazing. I mean, he does that stuff with Shay, doesn't he? For
but she's the main female
he
vocal.
is the one that she is the one that he goes back to over and over. So Anneke's band on her own post Devin, which I mean you can hear the Devin inspiration is Ver. I mean my favourite track of hers from that one is Valley of Diamonds. It's just the Valley of Diamonds. But I love her voice, the way she's just got this beautiful sweeping.
It's very effortless as well, isn't it? The way it just sort of
will always be. It's beautiful, but then it's got these amazing crunchy guitars underneath it. It's beautiful.
It's much heavier than the Gathering work.
Oh because the Gathering was quite twinkly, wasn't it? Whereas
but with some really sort of big, heavy, open riffs and stuff.
But I mean, you can hear the minor sevenths and ninths, can't you? In Ver, beautiful. So Ver, obviously. That's Anneke. Anneke's original band was The Gathering. Mm-hmm. The Gathering is who I got into when I was 18. We were at Glastonbury. I saw them. I stood at the front and screamed the whole time. The security guard ended up taking my camera and taking all these pictures on the stage of her and of me. It was cool. It was very cool.
It was very cool.
Yeah. I was absolutely off my face. I was 18, so...
No idea what you're talking about.
Yeah. But... I mean, the standout tracks though from The Gathering is Roller Coaster and Shot to Pieces.
I think if you're going to listen to two, those are the two.
Yeah, because you've got on Roller Coaster, you've got the I come from nowhere, and then with Shot to Pieces, the what great pleasure I grant. It was the timing with it as well, wasn't it?
It's got a lovely sort of there's some beautiful delay on it and some echo work, and it's just
and they drag out notes, and then that was what really made me go, I love the technicalities of music like that. I really love the way that you can just sing the same refrain but change the timing on it, and suddenly with these
the guitars, even just the normal lead guitar and the bass is the drive for it, but the focus is on the vocal very much, and it's just beautiful.
Beautiful. Just, and teenage me was like, I
want to be her.
I love you. I'd say though, before I found The Gathering, I mean, it was very much in that 17 reading Kerrang. What bands have got girls in them? Because as much as I appreciate metal with blokes in, there's a part of you that wants to feel that you're represented. And Human Waste Project and Choice Dolly. I mean, for me, both of them, very very different. I mean, Human Waste Project. I mean, Power Strip again. Because that tune ended up on a Kerrang CD, didn't it?
I think that's probably the first time I heard it. Actually,
that was just like again being thumped in the chest. I mean, I think also because of the subject matter of the song, because it's talking about domestic violence, and it, as a woman, that is something that you have to concern yourself with. Whereas I think it's not such a concern for blokes unless it. They don't worry about it, whereas we women... It's
not a conscious thought,
whereas we women do worry about it. So I really like the whole, I don't think so, which is the, So...
No.
I mean, that's the, I don't think so, But I kind of loved it, but I kind of hated it because I'd been a trained singer. But every time she breathes, she goes, and as a trained singer, that is so wrong. But I kind of loved it because it was so wrong, it was right.
It's got a sort of rawness to it.
Yeah, and it gave this dirty grittiness to it that I'd always been taught was wrong. You're not to sing like that.
But it's for me, it always sort of harked back to the sort of, the sort of grungy, sort of underground sort of thing.
But I mean, she had such a girly voice, so you stop with your power trip, and it was... You think I've lost my mind? It was so girly. I loved it, and
sort of reminiscent of No Doubt a bit.
Yeah, there was that kind of Gwen Stefani No Doubt, which I mean, again, No Doubt. I was in a No Doubt covers band when I was like 14 at school.
It's all true.
Yeah. It was great fun. That was about as metal as anybody at school got. So I took it. But yeah, God, I forgot about that as well. But then of course Then Choice Dolly, when I heard Choice Dolly for the first time, I because there was a guy at school that I really liked, and I borrowed the Choice Dolly CD off him just to, you know, have something to talk about with him. And I remember listening to it that night. Shut up. We still talk to him. Yeah.
I knew.
Yeah. But he loved Choice Dolly, so I was like, oh, I'll borrow the CD. And I remember taking it home and listening to it and being like, oh my god, this is amazing. And I mean, my favourite one is Relapse. It's just the way she raps it, but it's not rap because it's not got that. It's like dirty spoken word, you know.
It's almost it's just, almost sort of like beat poems, isn't it?
Yeah,
like
but and then she's got that, you know, it's the her mouth is sweet. I can't. Her tongue is sugar coated, but I can see those rotten teeth you thought I wouldn't notice. And then she just says, "Starts with my head." I can't because there's a lot of swearing in it. But yeah.
But it used to be bleeps, but yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. It was dirty, and my mum was like.
Yeah. And I mean, but she counterpoints it with like a raw. I mean, the girl can raw.
But then also the bass, that twangy.
Oh, Roger, yeah.
You know the way that Korn's bass, the way they detuned it so much that it's got that thwacky
sort of click to it.
Yeah, it had that, and it was so different.
Tuning her in actually. I mean, it must be. I'd imagine it's drop D. It was the 90s. Most stuff was, but
I don't wonder if it was lower than that though, because it had that cornness to it. It really sounded like the bass string was flapping about.
Some used to play in drop C, didn't they?
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that tune, that is.
Do you remember we saw them at what was that dirty little venue in London? The Highbury Garage or something?
No, the Camden Underground, wasn't it?
Or was it Islington? I can't remember.
I don't know. It was drippy ceiling.
The roof was like here.
Yeah.
You know, it was like just above your head, and there was like, I don't know, like 100 people in there, and you're all squeezed in, and everyone was covered in sweat, and you know, Tairre was spitting at you, and it was just awesome.
Yeah.
Just awesome.
Yeah.
Just
gross but awesome.
Such a close, one of my favourite ever gigs. It was
so good, wasn't it? Although, every time we saw Choice Dolly, for some reason they were always supported by Sugar Coma, but we hated Sugar Coma. But every time we saw them, I'd be bitching about how much I hated Sugar Coma, and one of the members of the band would be behind me.
Like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah. She hated me, that girl.
Well, you kept slagging them off.
Yeah. When I look back now, I wasn't being very nice, but you know what you're like when you're a teenager. You're very opinionated.
Slightly judgmental.
But then Choice Dolly, and obviously Tairre B was very friendly with Lynn Stroke from Snot, which, I mean, Snot. I mean, there's never been a band like them before or since, have they?
I don't think there's ever been a vocalist like Lynn.
No, and I mean, but the sound from Snot, I mean, even when they did the album after he died, when you just listen to the guitars, I mean, there's no sound like it.
I can't even sort of quantify them. They were like, it was punky hardcore metal, I suppose.
Yeah, but there was just a groove to it, wasn't there? It had that jazzy groove.
I suppose that's a good way of putting it. If you've never heard of Snot, please check them out. I mean, such an epitomal band. They're just
Stupid is a fantastic track, but then I mean, well, all of them are though.
Yeah, Snooze Button. I mean, some of the subject matter's not for children.
No. Some of them we've had to be like, no, we can't listen to that in the car with the kids anymore because they ask questions and
you know, I've actually played on stage with Snot as well. But, that's another story.
Yeah, that was a good gig. This is obviously post Lynn dying, but yeah.
Because
I've got a Snot T-shirt as well, which is cool.
Well, they toured for a bit with
it's the vocalist from Bad Wolves, Tommy Vex.
Isn't it? Tommy Vex. Yeah. Who did a sterling job.
He did do a very good job. Yeah.
But check out Snot. They're
awesome. So obviously, it was the late 90s, early noughties. I mean, God, there was thousands of bands going around. Like we said, Korn, Fear Factory,
Sepultura,
Deftones, Sepultura, Tool, Pucifier, Filter. So Tool, Pucifer, then Perfect Circle, and Filter off of that. They're all the first 3 bands are all Maynard, James Keenan bands. They've all got their different sounds. So Tool is a very serious band. Perfect Circle is a lot more light and airy, isn't it?
To a degree, the newer album has got a harder edge to it, I think. But
they're more mainstreamy type songs, aren't they?
Yeah, I think they're more accessible generally.
Then you've got Pucifer. There's some weird tracks on there. But
I think weird is a good way of putting it.
When he was doing Pucifer, he was working with Danny Loader, is it? From 9 Inch Nails and Filter.
Yeah.
So, and Filter and Pucifer and Mila Jokovic, you know, pronounce it correctly, all appeared on the X-Files soundtrack. I was obsessed with the X-Files as a teenager. I have every video ever produced. I have the books, I have them on DVD as well.
Magazines.
I have French comics. That's how big into it I was.
I got you a
Scully. Yeah, she doesn't quite. She's a bit manly in the chin, isn't she? It's not bad. Yeah. They're all at my mum's.
Never seen another one?
No, I've never seen another one. But so I had the Songs in the Key of X soundtrack, which I got that when I was about 11 maybe 12, and
it must have been around,
that was for me utterly groundbreaking. It had Foo Fighters on. I'd heard Foo Fighters, but it had Foo Fighters on, and that was a really...
What track was on that?
Down in the Park.
Oh, okay.
Because it's very minor, that down in the park where the moment meet the machine, you know. And then you've got, on that too, you've got Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds doing Red Right Hand. There's...
Tune.
Yeah, which is an absolute tune. There's Filter, Unmarked Helicopters, I think it's called.
Yeah, which is it's not their usual sound.
No, that's Soul Coughing. Filter's... I can't remember which track it is by Filter, but Soul Coughing's doing Unmarked Helicopters. But they're all very minor and brooding. And then there was this Sheryl Crow track on that. I was obsessed with Sheryl Crow from when I was about 10. I really was into female vocalists. We're going to go into this in a minute. But yeah, I loved her. And there's this track on there called On the Outside, and it's absolutely beautiful. All her other tracks are very cowboyish, you know, and this definitely has that kind of southern twang to it. You know, the guitars are but it's just the way that she does the standing on the outside, looking in, and it's just beautiful. It's it floats. And
very effortless.
It was really effortless vocals, and it was. I think as a, you know, when you're becoming a teenager and you're getting very hormonal, and it spoke to me in a way that, you know, I loved it. And about the same time as that, I went to France with my French exchange student. I used to go there every year, and they had this huge record shop there called Fnac. And her parents had MTV, which we didn't have MTV, but they had MTV. So it was like the French version. So there was a lot of songs that I'd never heard of before because it just wasn't considered British mainstream stuff. So one of those artists was K's Choice, and the other artist was Dolly. Dolly are a French band, and they did an amazing track called Je ne veux pas rester sage, which means I don't want to stay good. And it's just fantastic. Le mal est entré, meilleur ennemi. It's beautiful.
It wouldn't work in English though. It's just the way that
if you translate, it's the Je ne veux pas rester sage, and you know, it was amazing. I remember her mum being like, "What the hell have we done here?" And then because I really like that. I think when you used to go and listen to the CDs in the shop in France in one of those little a CD tower
I remember that,
but it would recommend you other songs
with the headphones.
Yeah. And one of the songs that it recommended me was K's Choice, and there is this. I mean, they are such an accomplished artist, but nobody really knows of them over here because they're Dutch. I mean, again though, Sarah Bettens, who is their singer, sings on the Underworld soundtrack. She does. I think it's the last track is her. But the K's Choice song, excuse me, Everything for Free, absolutely beautiful. I don't know who you are, but you seem very nice, so will you talk to me? Have you been... It'd be beautiful track.
Well, we also walked down the aisle to my favourite game.
Yeah. So another... Oh, you're going to make me cry now.
Sorry, everyone.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So they've got a track called My Favourite Adventure, and it was our first dance, because it's called The Wedding Song.
Yeah.
So, because it's palatable for my parents.
But it's a beautiful song.
It is a beautiful song, and it is a wedding song. So
but they don't get the recognition they deserve, so check them out.
Yeah, definitely check them out. They'll be on the playlist that is going to be accompanying this video, so that you can go and check it out. So then, okay, so we're talking about tween stuff, so I'm just going to rattle off a list of tween bands that, you know, spoke to me. Shakespeare Sister. When Stay came out, that was like utterly groundbreaking, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
I remember watching the video and she sat there going, in the silence of the room, and she had that. It was a really square, round neck top. I love tops cut like that now.
I love how you remember what they were wearing.
Yeah,
I remember the video.
Spoke to me. It was. I still now. That is the style I will always go for. And she had the pixie cut, and it was all slicked back. And she had, smoky eyes and nude lips, because at the time that was what it was all about in the 90s. Was a muted nude lip.
I will take a word for it.
Yeah. But I remember being like, I'm loving this, and she looks so cool. And then when the other one popped in with the "You better hope and pray," it was just like.
Well, I remember watching that. I'm sure it was Top of the Pops, and being relatively uninterested. The first bit came on and not really, and then when the sort of dark, and I'm really like, "Ooh, this is cool,"
Yeah.
And
to be honest, I think that was what it shoved me that bit further into goth, because I remember just being like, "This aesthetic is everything," and listen to this amazing tune, and
black,
yes, black mother, yeah. That just utterly spoke to me. Other tracks are Black Velvet by Alannah Miles.
Tune.
It's that velvety voice that she has. It's got a blues twang to it, hasn't it?
There's no effort behind it.
Oh yeah, God, it's when she does those vocal rolls, "Mama's baby," but that was effort. This is just it's beautiful, beautiful. All those trills that she does as well. I mean, they're so hard. It's technically to sing it the way she does. Yeah, amazing. You're not going to expect this at all. Fairground Attraction. I love Eddie Reader. I have met Eddie Reader. Yep. In fact, I pissed your sister off good, didn't I? She wanted to go and see Basement Jaxx
you refused
Glastonbury,
to move.
and I was like, nope. I want to go and see Eddie Reader. I am going to go and see Eddie Reader, and I'm going to get her autograph. And I did.
Yep. And she was lovely.
She was so nice, nice. I think she was so shocked that two young'uns were that interested.
Yeah.
Especially because I was clearly a big fan.
And a goth.
Yeah. That was God. I had the dreads in that year.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, I think that was the last year they went in.
Yeah.
But she was awesome. But there's a particular song that she does, Claire. My baby's love is called Claire. Do 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 do. It's beautiful, very jazzy. That it's double bass and clarinet. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
But there's something about a couple of the 12-Foot Ninja songs, particularly a lot of them, but particularly Luna. There's a bunch of other ones that. It just reminds me of a Fairground Attraction. It's that. I think it's that. I think
it's I don't know.
It's the rhythms.
It's
the groove. I couldn't necessarily. I mean, Luna, you can actually sing Claire over the top of it. You have to slow it down the tempo slightly, but you can actually sing it over the top, which is quite fun.
So. I wonder if Stevix realised that.
No, you never know. That might be where he got it from.
Well, yeah. We've discovered your secret, Stevix.
Yeah, but obviously, 12-Foot Ninja. I mean, I could do a video for a week.
If you haven't listened to 12-Foot Ninja,
why?
Stop, pause now.
Yeah.
Go. Yeah. Listen to 12-Foot Ninja. Come back.
One hand killing. Because
you've been busy, mate.
Yeah.
Seriously. Seriously, check them out. If you are into music, doesn't even matter if you're not into metal. If you're into music, go and check them out.
Yeah, they are absolutely. Yeah. And so then, talking of songs that remind us of other songs, so Machine Head, Imperium. I mean, that track is just.
That was. I'm a massive Machine Head fan. Obviously, this is we're focused on Laura's musical history and background and stuff.
We like a lot of stuff.
There's a lot of crossover, but Machine Head were just a massive band for me. Right from the word dot. The first time I ever heard "Burn My Eyes," but they lost their way a little bit. More Things Change wasn't as good. And then you had the Burning Red.
Burning Red was
and Supercharger.
But then they came back.
With Ashes, and Imperium is just such a tune.
And to start the album with it as well, it was.
Yeah, it's just that
But that
You're gonna love this.
is almost the same as ABBA Man After Midnight. Which, as a child, me and my sister loved that song so much that we bent the record because we played it so much. Absolutely obsessed.
Not a massive ABBA fan personally, but you know.
I know you're not, but as you know, 5-year-old me thought that ABBA was amazing. So, you know, particularly that song, and I think it's because of those beautiful minor trills and the doo-doo-doo.
Well, we were talking earlier that, you know, after, you know, sort of, you know, going through this a bit, and you know, it's we like anything that's in a minor chord,
lots of sevenths,
basically.
lots of ninths. Yeah, we like those diminished. Yeah, anything that's got that beautiful diminished scale back down.
Odd time signature.
Yeah, or anything where it. Oh, I love it when somebody tweaks the time signature, like at the end of.
It might be Davidian.
Yeah.
It might be Davidian.
Correct us if we're wrong, but yeah, we need to have a quick listen. But yeah, that I love that, the way the 5, you know, it goes 5.
That was great, actually.
5 4
just watching
4
people
4
in
5
the
4,
club,
because if people didn't know the song, but because even if you try and bosh along to the drum beat, it catches you out.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, love that tune. Love a bit of ABBA, which I know you weren't expecting to hear. So some of the other oldies but goldies.
Hear the gasps.
Yeah. Some of the other oldies but goldies. Eurythmics, Here Comes the Rain. I mean, again.
Can you tell I collect vinyl?
Yeah.
The thing I love about Here Comes the Rain is probably my favourite Eurythmics track, and it's just the minute it starts, it makes you think of rain.
Yeah, it does. It's that. It's beautiful. It's a perfectly written song.
Oh, they are. I mean,
their songwriting is just
phenomenal. I mean, Dave Stewart is just incredible. Incredible.
Then also Dire Straits' Private Investigations. It's that do 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 on the piano. You were saying with the bass for that bit. That was what spoke to you. It was the piano that spoke to me.
My father was a massive Dire Straits fan, and my nan.
Yeah, your nan.
My dad took my nan to see Dire Straits. They were 3 rows from the front, and when she came back, I said, "How was it, Nan?" And she said, "Could have been louder." She was legend. My nan, honestly, I could talk for hours about her. But Private Investigations, the song, that was the one that made me want to play bass. My dad played me the video. There's a beatdown section in it, and it's just bomb. And then everything kicks back in.
But
and it's
I mean, that bomb bit, it's the production. You can hear the room. You can hear the space in the room. It's been so beautifully
for
recorded.
everything else to drop out and just literally play a muted E, everything comes back in, and the guitar like it's just phenomenal. Phenomenal.
But then, talking of just one single instrument, Fleetwood Mac. Big Love live.
Lindsey Buckingham on his own.
He's playing both guitar parts
which
at
is
the same
insane
time
enough as it is.
On an acoustic guitar whilst singing. There's no one else. It's just him on stage. It's absolutely phenomenal. I mean, it's, you know, when you're
honestly, it's jaw dropping. Just to watch him do it is just you know, I mean, a true musician.
Yeah.
True musician.
You just sit there going.
Yeah.
So then, Fleetwood Mac, Stevie Nicks. Edge of 17. Oh, that, you know, as a teenage girl, that you know, that ooh, 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 you know, it was just so cool, you know, that groove that, you know, you just like, and the way that she's got that gruffness to her voice. I love a little bit of gruff with a velvet, you know.
Stevie's always had such an iconic voice though. I mean,
I mean, that's why The Chain is just phenomenal song as well. I mean, that's why nobody can ever do a decent job of it, because
although
nobody's got pipes like Stevie. So
my father was a big Fleetwood Mac fan, so I grew up on the Richard Green sort of element of it, and you know, like Oh Well and stuff like that, or Green Manalishi or Albatross. It was just
But then, to be honest, until I met you, I knew I loved Fleetwood Mac. I just had no idea that they were all by the same artist, because they've got so many different sounds, and because they had at least 3 different vocalists, because it would be Lindsay, Stephen, or Christine. You know, there are a lot of songs that I was like, I didn't realise this was the same band. You know? Because my parents weren't very into music particularly, so you know, we listened to a lot of Power FM.
My dad virtually never stopped listening to music.
I think I mean, my family's a very musical family, but I think sometimes they are a bit like, Jesus Christ, Laura, you're a bit, chill. So
if you're wondering why I keep looking down by the way, there's a cat.
Yeah, Rogue's here again. She's not interested in me, she's only here for Daddy. But yeah. But then, on the other side of that coin, so yeah, there's us talking about kind of 80s kind of power ballady stuff. We were also saying Richard Marx, Hazard, Mr. Broken Wings, all those amazing 80s power ballads. And then we flip to our other side where we like Pendulum, Propane Nights. And I mean, that song is just happy memories for us. We went to see them when I was like 4 or 5 months pregnant with Tairre.
About that, yeah.
It was just so much
the
fun.
Eden project of all.
Yeah, it was.
What a venue!
It was an immense gig. It was a beautiful day. It was and then we got free to the Eden project the next day, which was fantastic. So But yeah, that gig was absolutely immense, wasn't
it? So good.
Yeah,
so good. It's one of their last gigs, I think. Actually, as well.
And I love Pendulum tracks. They are absolutely fantastic to hula hoop to as well, because you've got that really good up tempo. So it gives you so much more scope for different moves as well.
Know Your Colour is a lot more drum and bass.
You'll know tracks off Know Your Colour if you listen to it. There'll be stuff that you just didn't realise it was by Pendulum. But
and then they got more rocky.
Yeah, they've definitely got more metally, haven't they?
What was the last album called?
Immersion.
Yeah. Tune.
Yeah, that whole album is absolutely immense. The Island, though, I mean, that's just...
That was the one I was trying to think of,
Yeah, that's just fantastic song. And then, obviously, Prodigy. I mean, love Prodigy my whole life. But, Invaders Must Die, I think is... I mean, obviously, when I was a kid, it was out, we've been sending to outer space to find another race, but that was like 12, because I remember we stole my friend's brother's CD to listen to it, because he was really annoyed with us for taking it out of his room. So.
I think up until Invaders Must Die came out, probably my favourite track was Smack My Bitch Up. I know there's some controversy about the lyrics. I don't know what Maxim was thinking when he wrote it, but musically the song is sound. But Invaders Must Die, the album's superb, but that track...
It's just... and we saw them play that somewhere, didn't we? Was that Glastonbury?
Possibly.
We've seen them at Glastonbury.
First time I saw them was Reading.
Yeah, problem is we were at Glastonbury, so it's a bit sketchy.
Again, no idea.
Yeah. And then, rolling on from that, Aphex Twin, Window Licker, I mean,
they've got some weird songs.
There's some weird stuff. I mean, that song is weird, but it's that guttural bass on it. It's just...
I don't know how they make half the sounds, but that break right towards the end.
It's such a writing perfection, isn't it? It's just...
I can't remember the guy's name now. That's the main driving force of Aphex Twin, but they... again, if I can't imagine you haven't heard of them, but check them out. Window Licker, or Come to Daddy. They're just
that video though to Come to Daddy is just so flipping creepy.
It's that old lady.
There's the kids with all their with his face.
No,
with
that's Window Licker. That's Window Licker.
No, Window Licker's with the busty ladies dancing
with his face.
Yeah, but then in Come to Daddy, it's because they're all school children, and they're all running around in that derelict housing estate, and they've all got his face. Because the granny screams at them when they're running around, and then they all have his face.
The bit I remember is the granny with the mouth this big, screaming.
Again, creepy videos, but they were you'd be watching them going like, oh my god.
But they work they're very much more.
It works with the music.
They're a visual thing as well with them. It's
Yeah. But yeah, so that is most of the unexpected stuff. I'm very quickly going to run through a list of some bands that we have been listening to fairly recently. I mean, this is literally just the tip of the iceberg. So obviously 12 Foot Ninja, Machine Head, North Lane. I mean, they're particularly the track Bloodline, fantastic. They also did a duet with In Heart's Wake, who again are a fantastic band. Bury Tomorrow, I absolutely adore Bury Tomorrow.
Local boys,
love you, Bury Tomorrow. Yeah. Heart of a Coward. I mean, that Hollow. Unfortunately, that singer has gone now. But
if you don't listen to any other song by Heart of a Coward, just stick Hollow on.
Yeah. Alien Weaponry, Meshuggah, Tesseract, who supported us actually, like 15 years ago. Back when we were. Back when they were tiny. That's why they supported us.
And we were huge.
Yeah, huge in the local scene.
We supported the Kunicorn and some others.
Yeah. I Prevail,
Yeah.
Immure, Loathe, Knock Loose. Oh, Knock Loose are just...
Please check out Loathe and Knock Loose. They're very, you know, they're getting more well known, but they're small bands. They're superb.
Yeah.
Give them some support. They're just brilliant. We met the lads from Loathe at Download, and they're just
they were lovely lads.
Really, you know,
I think they were a bit shocked that us old grannies went to see them.
But they, I mean, the day we saw Loathe at Download, they, out of all the bands we saw, they absolutely knocked it out of the park. You know, they're really solid band.
Yeah.
So definitely check them out.
Who else we got? Architects, Chelsea Grin.
Chelsea Grin.
Chelsea Grin are great.
Clickbait. That's the track. Clickbait.
Yeah. Nothing More. Don't Stop. It's not like their other tracks. And
give it a minute.
Yeah, we watched them play it at Download, and because we were both sort of looking at each other, going like, "What the hell is this?"
Yeah.
And then when the chorus kicks in, it just it thumps you in the. I mean, literally, it thumped us in the chest because the bass was so loud at Download. But it's there. You don't stop.
Yeah, man.
Oh, it's phenomenal. Annie's okay. Particularly Coma Blue.
Check 'em out.
I think that's everything on the list for now. But yeah, I mean, I could just talk about music forever, quite frankly. So this is just the tip of the iceberg. If you want more videos about music, if you want us to go more in depth into bands, etc.,
we could literally do this for days.
Yeah. Please comment down below if you've got bands that you want us to particularly talk about. We're happy to do it. I just don't want to pull the tears out of you.
Suggestions of bands that we might not have heard of.
Yes.
We love
a new band. Yeah. Yes. We found out about 12 Foot Ninja through Riri Phillips from one of her videos.
Yes,
so
thank you.
Yes, thank you, Riri. So definitely tell us what bands that you think that we should listen to if we haven't heard of them already. Tell us what videos you want. Go and watch all the other amazing videos with all their different amazing tracks. I've already watched Radically Dark's and Jane Wilke's. They are brilliant, really different videos. Jane's is particularly interesting because where she's from a different generation of us, some of her unexpected tracks are really cool, but very different. Really awesome. Radically Dark's she's got a very different musical taste to me, and it's really interesting to hear the different tracks that she's talking about. I mean, she talks about Jack Off Jill at one point, which I love Jack Off Jill. So
it's a good tag though. I find it really interesting, you know, where people's sort of musical tastes develop and where they come from, and you know, and this, you know.
And it's really great to show that we might all have a fairly similar aesthetic, and yet we have a very different variety of bands that we like, a breadth of music that you wouldn't necessarily expect.
Eclectic tastes.
Yes, eclectic. I mean, we obviously like the usual. You know?
Yeah.
But, you know, that's part of the fun, isn't it? So, remember to like this video, comment down below with any questions, any bands to recommend, anything. I just like talking to you. If you just want to have a chat about what we did on Tuesday, you know, love to chat to you down in the comments section. If you haven't already, remember to subscribe to this channel, hit that notification bell so that you can find out whenever I upload. And remember, people, stay heavy.